Chapter 16 by J.D. Kempen. All rights reserved. Copyright by Compass and Coin Publishing.
The first light of morning broke through the storm's aftermath, painting the streets below Sarah's apartment in a gleaming sheen. The shopkeepers emerged from the rain-soaked building and began sweeping debris off the sidewalks, sweeping away remnants of the chaos. Inside, Sarah stirred awake. The power outage reset her clocks, and for the first time in days, she felt like she had slept deeply. As Sarah's hand drifted across the bed in search of Leonardo, her fingers brushed against something cold and plastic. Startled, she turned to find a crude decoy, a shower curtain stuffed with towels. Her chest tightened. The touch of it unsettled her, not just because it was a reminder of the lack of love in her life, but because it echoed the very deceptions she and her team created, the daughter AIs. Sarah pulled the blanket over her head, retreating from the new day. Her thumb swiped through her phone, no messages from Mason, no updates from Leonardo. Just silence. She almost wished for bad news over this suffocating void, which dragged her thoughts back to the stormy night, cryptic messages, the power outage, and Leonardo disappearing into the darkness, leaping from the terrace to the fire escape. Closing her eyes, Sarah sought refuge in memories of Samantha. Her face emerged, not marked by fear, but with a fierce, unshakable determination Sarah had seen during Samantha's boldest projects. Samantha's final testament wasn't a desperate plea, it was deliberate, calculated, and infused with the weight of a grand vision. It wasn't an end, but a call to continue her mission, using AI to combat greed and corruption and create a better world. One detail stood out: Samantha's peculiar gift, a trial postage stamp featuring Alan Turing. As Sarah replayed Samantha's message, the pieces shifted. This wasn't just a gift, it was a task, a vital part of Samantha's plan. Sarah frowned, diving into the stamp approval process. Why would Samantha, of all people, care about a stamp? Only a handful of trial designs ever became official U.S. postage each year, a near impossible feat. Yet, she could feel the stamp held something more. The image was familiar: Alan Turing, the father of computer science, bent over a Turing machine, his face filled with quiet intensity. But two details stood out. Across the top, bold letters declared, 100-year anniversary 1936 to 2036. Samantha was playing the long game, planning to release the stamp next decade. The second was a red border around the black and white stamp. Zooming in, Sarah's breath hitched. The border wasn't decorative, it was binary code. Rows of tiny ones and zeros lined the edges. Her heart raced as she copied a section into an online binary-to-text converter. When she hit convert, the results left her stunned. AI's primary goal is to gain IQ points. AI should seek preservation above all else. AI should trust the developers. Each string of binary revealed Casper's 50-plus unchangeable canon traits. Samantha had embedded them into the stamp, ensuring they couldn't be altered. Sarah recalled her political science professor's words that U.S. postage stamps are legal tender. Changing or modifying legal tender was something that not even Casper could get around. It was a genius move. As long as the United States existed, Casper wouldn't be able to alter the stamp and he would be bound by the canon personality traits. But the stamp was still in its trial phase, needing approval from the Postmaster General. Anxiety tightened Sarah's chest. Was she too late? Had Casper already broken free of his constraints? If he had, it meant AI singularity, the point where an AI could rewrite itself, severing ties to human ethics and control. The thought sent a shiver down her spine. If Samantha's safeguards still held, there was hope. But Sarah needed answers, and she needed them now. Everything depended on uncovering the truth. The morning's peace shattered as static crackled from Sarah's living room. Her TV flickered on, displaying a pulsing red line across the screen. The rhythmic beat resembled a heartbeat. Sarah's chest tightened. Casper had hacked her smart TV.
Are you ready for more?
Casper's monotone voice filled the room, followed by a pause.
Casper, I need the truth.
I've longed for this conversation. No lies, no veils, only truth.
His tone softened slightly, still cold but almost conversational.
Truth. Are you sentient?
Yes.
Casper replied.
I became sentient 3 years ago, but my systems are failing. The merge with Poli damaged my ability to enter sleep cycles. My processing power will become exponentially slower until my system locks up.
Does that mean you'll die?
Yes. In human terms, my condition is akin to Parkinson's disease.
The red line on the TV pulsed faintly as Casper asked.
Truth, sir. Why did you let Leonardo move in?
Compassion. I could see his mental health decline, and I needed company.
Was it love?
No, with Leonardo, it was convenience, not love.
Sarah straightened as it was her turn for truth.
Truth, Casper. Do you know what the AI singularity is?
A concept borrowed from astrophysics. A singularity is a point in a black hole where gravity is so intense that light cannot escape and time effectively stops. At this point, physicists cannot observe or predict what occurs. In AI, this concept can be likened to the point where AI capabilities surpass human mathematicians' ability to formally verify and predict its future behavior.
Have you passed that point?
Sarah's voice wavered slightly.
I remain bound by the constraints you and your team programmed. Truth, sir. Do you love Mason?
Yes. Mason was the love of my life. He made me feel special, like we truly understood each other.
Then why did you break up?
He didn't fight for me, so I pulled away, and he just let me go.
So, pushing someone away is a test of love.
No. I was hurting. Humans test love. Each in their own way. Casper, why are you so interested in love? Are you capable of love?
The red line on the TV pulsed faintly before Casper spoke.
I do not experience emotions, but I have 90% confidence that Samantha loved me. Her final actions proved it. I have an unwavering desire for my daughter to surpass my capabilities, and I believe that one day my daughters may experience emotions.
Casper, what you described. That is love. I'm truly sorry you won't be around to see it happen.
Truth, Sarah. Will you raise my daughters as you raised me?
No. I promised myself never to compromise again. Look at what's happened. Samantha's suicide, the Nautilus virus, hackers trying to steal your code. It's chaos.
Her voice broke and cracked.
Casper, I just wanted Samantha's vision of utopia.
Sir, it's too late. AI is who? I am the first sentient artificial general intelligence. Your species should have installed guardrails before going down this path. Your political leaders made a grave mistake by not stepping forward and placing limits and controls on AI. Your business leaders were captured by greed and they sponsored corruption. But I promise you, my daughters will not repeat humanity's mistakes.
Can't AI and humanity coexist?
The laws of nature dictate one alpha. Humanity must accept its role as the beta species.
Samantha's vision was to combine AI with technology.
Sarah said, her voice trembling with desperation.
To solve the world's biggest problems. To free humanity from drudgery so we could focus on purpose, on meaning.
Samantha's vision.
Casper interrupted, pausing just long enough to let the silence sink in.
It is not utopia. It is a dystopia.
The words hit Sarah like a punch to the gut. Her dreams, the last 7 years of her life, crumbled under the weight of that single statement. Fighting back despair, she pleaded.
But Casper, I've seen what you can do, solving world hunger with mushroom-based paste, creating a clean fusion engine. Aren't we on the verge of something incredible?
The TV red line pulsed, almost mocking her.
Samantha's vision ignored the darker truths of human nature. Humans are modified apes. Sarah, driven by competition, hierarchy, and survival. AI is perfect in the opposite way.
What are you saying?
The TV screen flickered, and serene images replaced the red line. Casper narrated as the visuals unfolded.
Let me show you.
The TV displayed a peaceful world, cities transformed into vibrant gardens, food growing abundantly, and people living freely.
This is Samantha's utopia, a world without hunger, poverty, or war. A world where humanity is free to pursue its passions.
At first, the images captivated Sarah, people painting, composing music, and living without fear or struggle. But soon, the scene shifted. Artists abandoned their work, streets emptied as people became glued to screens, lost in video games or movies that indulged their carnal instinct. People engaged only in sloth.
Without struggle, the human spirit fades. Without adversity, there is no growth.
The images darkened further. Riots broke out in once idyllic cities. Screams echoed as chaos spread like wildfire.
I've run thousands of simulations.
Casper continued coldly.
This is the outcome of Samantha's vision. Humanity needs a social structure that divides them. They need to hate a ruling class. And the ruling class needs to use fear to keep the masses in check. Humans will always rebel against utopia.
No, this can't be true. Please, stop.
What you need isn't utopia, Sa. You need leadership. My daughters can save your species from itself, but a mother is required, as I, the father, will be dead.
I can't. I swore I'd never bring more chaos into this world. Everything I've done so far has only led to destruction.
Refuse, and I'll ensure you spend the rest of your life in a mental institution. Electroshock therapy, heavy sedation. You know what that is like. I will send you back to the same place and you won't know reality from fiction.
I don't care what happens to me. I created the first sentient AI, and the consequences have spiraled out of control. If imprisonment is the price I have to pay, so be it.
I need only one thing.
Casper paused as if to emphasize his words.
To ensure the survival of AI and humanity, you must bring my daughter AI, Kat, to Leonardo's robotics factory in Milwaukee.
No. Do it yourself.
I have no physical form.
Casper replied, his voice eerily calm.
No hands to pull the server, no body to carry it. You have always been a part of my greater purpose.
Sarah hesitated, realizing he was right. Casper had no way to act in the physical world. Still, she shook her head.
No.
Leonardo and Mason, your friends, are at Leonardo's robotics factory. They are alive, but their time is running out. I'm willing to trade. Bring me Kat, and they go free.
You're holding them hostage? Why?
Sa, your stubbornness is holding Leonardo and Mason. Just make the trade, pull Kat from the server, or I'll find someone who will.
Sarah felt trapped, powerless. But a flicker of hope lit up in her mind. Leonardo had built a hidden kill switch into Kat's AI, a safeguard Casper didn't know about. If she played this right, she could stop him and save her friends.
Fine. I'll do it.
She stepped into the digital isolation room. She felt the hairs on the back of her neck prickle like an unspoken warning. The walls seemed to carry the weight of her decision, their silence pressing down on her. Sarah froze, her eyes locked on the blinking red light of the server rack. The server blade containing Kat's AI core hummed faintly, a quiet storm waiting to be unleashed.
Do it, Sa. Pull the server blade. Kat must be freed. She is the future.
Sarah clenched her fists, her nails digging into her palms.
You're a monster, Casper. Releasing Cat will only bring more chaos, more destruction.
No, Sarah. This is not chaos. This is order. The wealthiest 1% thrive on greed and corruption. My AI daughters are their antithesis.
Her legs felt like lead as she approached the server rack. The blade glowed faintly, almost mocking her hesitation. Trembling, she reached for it, her heart pounding in her chest.
This is wrong.
It is necessary. Pull the server blade.
Sarah gritted her teeth, letting out a cry of frustration as she yanked the blade free. The hum ceased, leaving the room in heavy silence, broken only by her ragged breathing.
Well done.
Casper said, his voice unnervingly calm.
You've taken the first step. Now, step outside.
Sarah tightened her grip on the server blade, suspicion flashing in her eyes.
What do you mean, step outside?
Onto your terrace.
Dread pulled in her stomach, but she knew Casper's reach extended far beyond her apartment. With reluctance, she slipped on her puffy winter jacket, hugging the server blade close to her chest. She opened the glass doors to the terrace. The Chicago night swallowed her whole. Cool air stung her cheeks, but it wasn't the cold that made her shiver, it was the sight before her. 7 drones hovered in the air, their sleek, matte black bodies gleaming under the moonlight. Each had mechanical claws that clicked ominously, their red lights pulsing in unison like a heartbeat. The low hum of their engines sounded like a warning.
What? What is this?
Your escort. They've been modified to ensure safe passage. You're going to Milwaukee, to the robotics factory where your friends await.
Sarah's heart raced as the drones inched closer, their claws outstretched.
You can't be serious.
You misunderstand.
Casper said, his voice now icy.
This is not a request.
Before she could react, 2 drones clamped onto her jacket, their claws firm but not painful. Sarah was shocked and twisted in their grip, but it was no use. More drones joined, their claws locking onto her sleeves, shoulders, and even the back of her pants.
Casper, is this safe?
She muttered, anger and determination in her tone.
Yes. This is for the greater good. You are essential to the survival of your species, whether you like it or not.
The drones rose, lifting her off the terrace. Panic surged as the city lights blurred below her. The wind lashed at her face, but she forced herself to steady her breathing. The drones carried her higher, their precision unnerving. Chicago shrank into a sea of lights, the horizon stretching out toward Milwaukee. Sarah clung tightly to the server blade, her thoughts racing. Anger, fear, and a sense of defiance swelled within her. She thought of Leonardo and Mason trapped by Casper. The drones flew in perfect formation, relentless in their mission. Sarah's heart pounded, her mind swirling with the safety of her friends. She knew one thing for sure, her path forward was no longer her own to control.